Hello everybody, it's me again and I am Leno. In this video we will look at the Monostable Circuit. By the way, this is the first video of our new series, Redstone Basics. Hopefully you enjoy this video. But the Monostable Circuit is pretty simple, it's so simple. It's just going to give out a really short output when an input comes. When a pulse is going to come into it, it will give out a really short output, like maybe with 1 tick or 1.5 ticks. I don't know, but it is just so simple and I absolutely love it. It's almost in every single redstone circuit of mine, so it's just really going to come in really handy when you want to build redstone circuits. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let us begin. So what I want to say is that this design you just saw in the last couple of seconds is one of them. It's a rising edge monostable circuit because, as you just saw when you look at that repeater, now just for demonstration purposes we'll use a redstone lamp. It gave out a really short pulse at the beginning of the input pulse. So and see, it was really short. Exactly, it was actually 1 tick long. As you can see, this redstone dust powers this block. A piston needs 1.5 ticks to extend, so it extended after 1.5 ticks. But before that, after 1 tick, the repeater actually got a output for 1 tick. So there we go, 1 tick monostable circuit. Pretty easy. So you just need to place down a sticky piston with a block on top, redstone dust in the front, and also a repeater. This is all of it basically. That's you done. Let's try it out if we actually successfully build a monostable circuit. Yes, we did. Try out the redstone lamp for demonstration purposes. Don't put up the tick level. There we go. Let's try it out. Yay! Did you saw that? At the beginning of our input pulse, we got a really short output pulse. Now this next design is again a rising edge monostable circuit. It gives off a really short pulse at the beginning of the input pulse. We'll just look at it. Again, it's much cheaper actually than the first one if you will build this in survival mode, but it's a tiny bit bigger. You saw that? The pulse was a tiny bit longer, but who cares? I mean, it's still a monostable circuit. It gives off a really short pulse, which isn't as short as the first one, but it is short. So, to build this one, you will need to place down a button. It doesn't matter which one. It doesn't even matter if you do a button. You can just make any input. Then you want a redstone torch at the side of that block. And right over here you want to just place down redstone dust running on top of that block. Now at the side of the redstone dust block, you want to place down a repeater, set it to 3 ticks. When you've done that, just place down a redstone torch, and this is just you done. All of this. We want to place down a redstone. Bye bye. Yay. However, yeah, that was pretty stupid for me. But did you see that? I think you believe me that this is a monostable circuit. That we just successfully built a monostable circuit. Now, I just wanted to tell you guys that again, this was just at the beginning of the pulse. It gave out a short output. These monostable circuits are called rising edge monostable circuits. Now, if you would want to have a falling edge monostable circuit, then just wait a little bit because I'm going to show you how to build them. Again, this one at the beginning of the pulse it gives off it, but at the end it doesn't. You see that? This one also, at the beginning it does, at the end it doesn't. At the beginning it does, but at the end it doesn't. Now, to be able to build a monostable circuit which actually does it at the end and not at the beginning, by the way, these are called falling edge monostable circuit, you will just need to run the input into a NOT gate and then into the monostable circuit. A NOT gate is just actually a redstone torch. So yeah, go place down a redstone torch, and now watch out. At the beginning of the pulse, we don't get anything, but at the end we get the short pulse. Also, here it is like that. It's basically at every single monostable circuit. Do you see that? It's so simple. So simple. That's all what you need to do. Yeah, so easy here. But now there's one more design we want to look at. And that is probably my favorite. Because it gives off a pulse at the beginning and at the end. It's called a dual edge monostable circuit. Now let us just look at this design. When I flick the lever, it gives off a short pulse, but when I flick it again, it will give off a short pulse again. So easy, because it gives off a short pulse at the beginning and at the end. Let's build it. What you need to have is a lever or any input with a sticky piston on the top. At the bottom, you will need to have this little circuit. You will need a repeater, set it to 1 ticks with redstone dust, and then you want to run 1 block up with again redstone dust on the top. Now we'll place down our redstone lamp, and this is actually you done. So easy. I know, these are just really small circuits. They are just so cool, and that's why I absolutely love them.